and inspire positive change among friends, family members, listeners. Whether it's a change in your mindset, lifestyle, and everyday actions, your organization, or a bigger change in our society. Every moment is a challenge. I need to have a range of skills to stick the landing in my talk and webinars. I spend a lot of time learning and reflecting on my personal experiences, especially those that affect the perceptions of the human experience. I need to show unique approaches towards their past hardships and trauma. Spectators view this as a lesson and opportunity to grow. I share extraordinary tales of healing and growth. I create impactful ideas where my listeners gain perspective for their own experiences and feel inspired to change their current situation. I trained myself well. I developed ability to translate academic concepts and theories into simple and easy to understand ideas. I empathize and acknowledge fears, frustrations, struggles, and disbelief, and convert them into big opportunities to grow and reduce. I tell stories just like fables and pearls of wisdom. These stories offer learnings that the audience can reflect upon and implement in their everyday lives. I share stories of hope, love, compassion, and dreams. I am a catalyst for change. This is my journey. This is my mantra. I was born to inspire. I was trained to lead and to help people make their dreams come true. I will pursue this mission, whatever it takes, at any cost. My name is Rance Teacher.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, friends. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Mind Gears channel. I'm so happy to be back with my segment, The Cooler Waters. Cooler Water is a segment that gives a lot of informations that actually give instant. I have my phone. Giving, of course, insight, opinions, and views coming from an expert. A lot of people that we invited here, expert in their own field of specialization. This is Cooler Waters, and I'm saying hi to Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, and hello, world. We have a lot of friends watching right now. Thank you so much. And before the year ends, just I'm so delighted to be a part of your afternoon once again. I think it's been 3 weeks that I'm not live because of some things to urgently to be done and to be accomplished. But since today is a lovely day, I'm just happy to be back with you, bringing you some motivations before the year ends with two empowered women in my life, and of course, expert in their own career. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, this is your Cooler Waters. This is the Mind Girls channel. My name is Renz. This is your TV Parang kailan lang, napakabilis po ng panahon mga kaibigan. And now we're actually ending the year 2020. Months so swiftly had passed that we never noticed what happened. But despite the pandemic, we learned a lot and we've been to a lot of struggles. We've been to a lot of frustrations. We've been to a lot of anxiety and stress. But the most important thing is that we are in this moment and we are still alive. All right. So welcome once again to my channel. This is the Minders channel. And this segment, The Cooler Waters, we usually invite great people who can share us inspiration not only in the field of business, but at the same time in the field of whatever industry we are in today's time. So definitely, we would like to send motivation this afternoon, and our team and the rest of our viewers around the world are just here with us, joining us this afternoon because na-miss nila ako. I would like to say hi to MGs of Thailand. Thank you so much for watching. I would like to say hi to Ramos, healthy lifestyle. Of course, we have from Singapore as well. We have from Hong Kong. We have a lot of friends from Hong Kong. We have Jan Ray. We have also our team from Dubai. Thank you for watching right now. Thank you, RC Pi, for watching also. Thank you. These are our team watching around the world. Thank you so much. All right. This afternoon, as I mentioned a while ago, is very significant because I have two special guests with us who will be sharing motivations. We will be doing a lot of reflections about life. We're going to discuss what happened in this 10 months quarantine and pandemic times. And most importantly, they will be sharing some thoughts, some insights, some tips on how we're going to embrace the coming year 2021 and start planning, making our resolutions, and how we're going to envision again this year to come, 2021. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be introducing you now my guest. Alam niyo po, napaka-importante yan ng araw nito because na-ambush lang namin. Ang isa sa napakagandang guest ko ngayong hapon, my guest, with the help of my best friend, another guest, mamaya pakilala ko siya. We come up with this unexpected meeting this afternoon. We just talked in a very short minute, then we just decided, let's go, friend. Let's inspire people. Let's use your channel again to reach out people and tell them what's happening and tell them that there's a lot of things for us to say that we can glow up despite all of this. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you my first speaker. Of course, our first speaker is a management and training consultant. She is an HR practitioner, an expert corporate executive coach. She is also very passionate when it comes to serving and bringing positive changes in people's lives. She is the 2020 president of JCI Makati Princess Orduha. As a president, of course, she is also the current president of the Zara Incorporated. She champions the power, potential, and value of leadership as an organizational function, but not just a marketing, but also doing all the approaches to make it happen. She is also in line with innovation to multiply success, support profitability, customer connection, and loyalty. And definitely, she creates greater value for corporate clients, individuals, and personalities. Ladies and gentlemen, she is also a licensed real estate broker. So we assume she is also expert in sales and marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, a matter of three, the beautiful, motivational speaker, and an eloquent training expert. Please welcome our first guest this afternoon is none other than Miss Carol Fonseca. Carol, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Renz, and good afternoon to your followers. Thank you for having me. Yeah, na-ambush ako. But yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
I am delighted. It is my honor. Thank you, Carol, for making this happen. Thank you for your time this afternoon. I know we can inspire people. I know your presence this afternoon will truly, will truly make this afternoon worthwhile for everybody who's watching right now to us. Later on, I'll be back with you. Of course, our next guest, my friend, of course, another friend of mine, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen her. She is one of my guests by since I think that was November, and she shared a lot of things about formula success. So our second guest, Pondy called her Karen, being innately creative. That she is. that is actually flows in her, whether it is conceptual in performance, in her sense of style, the fashion, oh my God, and the visually innovative disciplines she engages in, she is just perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, trained to be original, unique, and innovative. She has developed deep understanding and holistic approach of branding and identity through transformational ideas that translate to sustainable results. She's so good at that. When it comes to sustainable activities, she is just so expert. With over 20 years of solid experience, she became a passionate expert, consultant, and speaker on end-to-end branding solutions, and found her own branding consultancy and management firm, Lightbulb Strategic Communications. Ladies and gentlemen, a life's formula success advocate. Please welcome for the second time in my Minders channel, Miss Karen Herrera Ramos. Karen, good morning.
Hi! Good afternoon, friends, and to your followers. It's so nice to be back. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yes, my friend Karen, thank you so much. Thank you for
You're
just
welcome, friends.
always there to inspire. You're so generous, reaching people's lives, sharing what you have, sharing some thoughts that we can that can be of help for people to be inspired and motivated every day. All right, maraming salamat sa inyong dalawa.
I
Napakaswerte
have
ko ngayong
something to
araw.
say,
With two
so
beautiful,
take it on the
two
way.
Karen, beautiful
And listen
women
to me.
in my channel today, Carol and Norm. Let's start conversation. But first, I would like to say hi to all watching right now. Thank you for watching us. Well, I know Carol. How are you? And I know it's been 2 years. I think it's a couple of years since the last time that we meet, right? So that was just amazing experience with you. That was the first time that I saw you in front of people, training people. You are a great trainer. I cannot forget the icebreaker you just did during and you impressed me. And I asked Karen. I told Karen that one day maybe we will be seeing again. Carol, how's the pandemic life? How is it? Let's
Um,
when when it started, the quarantine started in March 2020. How's
okay,
it?
so I think March 15th, it started March 15th, the lockdown started. So at that time, I went on a self-quarantine kasi may nag-positive sa building namin. But of course, we didn't know pa kung gaano ka viral yung corona. Sorry about the dogs. But anyway, I went on a self-quarantine for 2 weeks. So I'm highly extroverted. Alam ni Karen yan, super extroverted. So maloka-loka ako the first 2 weeks of just staying at home and then just being alone at home. But thankfully, I didn't catch the virus. So I was free of COVID naman. And after that, we were on work from home setup. And then as you mentioned, I am the president of JSI Makati Princess Urduha. So, just 2 weeks after since the lockdown started, nag-start na kami magpadala ng PPEs sa different hospitals like PGH, Tala Hospital in Caloocan, and a couple of more hospitals in NCR. So that's what kept me busy for the first couple of months of the lockdown.
It's nice to know that you're safe. It's nice to know that you basically, we as a trainer can easily cope up with these situations because we keep on, motivating people. And I believe innate in us that we motivate ourselves. We're still resilient, whatever circumstances set. With Karen, I asked her a long time ago. I mean, 2 months ago, and I asked her about what's her pandemic like. And I could remember that Karen told me, well, she was shocked. She didn't know what to do because Karen loves to get out. Karen loves to mingle with people, talking with people. She loves to go shopping outside. She loves to eat outside. You cannot stop her from staying at home. So there is
So
that
that is
restriction
really challenging for all of
challenging
us.
for her. But after
Yes.
that, Karen, what happened after that? We discussed about. I think you're now in the stage of transformation. I think
So
adaptation.
before, di ba,
You
I've
had
told you that the challenging word is an understatement. with all the
Yes.
things that we have experienced, from the social isolation, from the loss of, uh, from what the calamities that we have experienced. So, and using the word new normal is very painful for me. So I don't use that word. So that's a very difficult word for me to say. So, um, so we are all a work in progress. So I am on the process of adjusting.
Until
So
until now, Karen, you're still in
until
that
now,
process.
I think most of us are undergoing this process. So, pero one by one, day by day, we learn to accept and adopt.
That's correct. So I think that's correct. And
Mhm.
going to that sense, that word accept and adopt. I think it depends on the experiences that you're having. I think
Mhm.
it depends on the situation that you experience. And I believe everybody, all of us, is different situation. Maybe a lot of people would be thinking, Renz is okay, Karen is okay, Carol is a very strong woman. She's full of courage and
Successful.
caliber, a very successful one. I think she can do it. But Carol,
Mhm.
I want to ask you because yeah, I heard from Karen, and I think this is the best time to let the people know, in with the aim of not to tell what happened to you, but sharing to them the lessons and sharing to them, yeah, maybe the struggles, the pains, but most importantly, giving them how we reflect in the things that that we experience, but we never intended to have that kind of experience, and we never expected that these experiences will bring some maybe pain, some some sadness in its essence, and people don't know about that because you're a very strong person. What happened? What happened during this time of pandemic, Carol? That in that moment you believe, oh my God, why is this happening to me?
Mhm.
Share that.
Okay, well, yeah, I haven't talked a lot about my experiences. I'm sure because every one of us have gone through a lot. So
Mhm.
normally I don't talk about my personal experiences. But I think definitely this year, 2020, has got to be the toughest year for me. Not just because of personal life, but of course, business wise, because I am a mother of three, I have to provide for my children. So, wala masyadong sales come because our company caters to Japanese. And because of the lockdown, uh, Japanese are not allowed to come in. So we couldn't get business from Japan. So, but of course, we have to continue running the business. And as president of JCI Makati Princess Urduha, prior to 2020, I had a lot of plans, yung mga gusto mong gawin, and then the lockdown happened. But apart from that, meron din ako mga mas matindi siguro na yung iba medyo hindi nila napagdaanan, thankfully. Well, Karen knows I lost my dad in November, on November 24th. Um, but my dad has had liver cirrhosis for a couple of years, for a few years now. And then he was confined in the hospital, and then the doctor already told us that he only has 2 months to live at that time. So that was in November, early November. So sabi ko talaga, ang prayer ko talaga sa Lord, wag naman sana 2020. Baka pwedeng palampasin yung
Mhm. Mhm.
2020. Right? Parang, Lord, baka pwede naman. Um, mga next year na. Because, for me, personally, because thankfully, because of my faith, death is not as hard. It's not as hard to accept for our family. But at that time, I didn't want another, parang hindi ko na, parang Lord, wag naman isa pa. Parang enough na. Next month, tapos na ang 2020. So I hope parang next
Okay.
year na yun. But of course, the Lord has other plans. He has better plans. And yes, my dad passed November 24th. He just stayed in the hospital again. And then he died peacefully naman. Less suffering, no pain, sabi nga. So, yeah, we're still coping with that. But, hindi pa ulit natapos. Hindi pa ulit natapos ang 2020. So, actually, my dad died 24th. And the day after, my ex-husband, he was already in a coma. He went in a coma from November 25th, and then he passed away December 17th. Ayun.
Wow.
So,
So sad to hear that.
anong tawag doon? Parang sukob.
So,
Just less than a year even, just less than a month. Two of my family members passed. So, yan yung mga pinagdaanan ko this year.
I don't know what to say.
mm-mm.
But how did you
They're so tough.
manage? It's so tough. It's so. Where did you get this confidence and resilience to bounce back? Kasi sometimes, Carol, sometimes we don't know. We just get it. We just there. We stand up. We just made this thing. We finish it. We do what we want to do. We finish the situation. We face it. Pero I want to know. I would like you to inspire people because I know being a top person as you are, ano yung mga pains, maraming pains, ano yung struggle, ano yung times na have you realized and have you ever doubted with God's with this situation with God's gift? Why is
Well,
this happening?
thankfully no, because I really believe that hindi ibibigay sa atin yung mga bagay o yung pinagdadaanan natin if we cannot surpass or overcome them. And thankfully, my mom is a tough cookie as well, and I really take after her. So siguro yung when we have a role model in our family, and my mom is certainly my role model na siya yung juggling everything, and I saw how it was hard for her. But I also didn't want it to be harder for her if my dad would get hospitalized for a longer period of time, or yung makita na nahihirapan yung pamilya mo or kapamilya mo. I think that's harder. So for us, when my dad got really sick, our prayer was for him to be free of pain, of suffering, and if it's really his time, then we will accept kung ano yung kalooban ng Panginoon. So yeah, I think my faith really helped a lot, and naniniwala din ako na yung we always say, I know it's a cliche, but we really say this too shall pass. And I think it
Yes.
will. Whatever happens, however hard we go through our experiences, they will pass. Walang nagsistay at a very difficult time for a long, long, long period of time. Lilipas. Lilipas din talaga yan. So, I
Alam
think,
mo, Renz, when I experienced then, yun yung pinakamahirap yung may sakit at saka death in the family.
Yeah, you keep
So,
on telling me that.
nung naranasan ko din yan, lagi din tinatanong, parang how were you able to cope up? How were you able to manage the pain? Uh, Laging hindi natin alam hindi ko alam din i-explain kung paano mo napagdaanan, kung paano mo kung paano ka maka-recover. Pero lagi kong naiisip na parang siguro the love is greater than the pain. And we are so blessed to know that the love of the family, love of God, love of friends, or the people who support you is greater than the pain that you're experiencing. And that's why nakakaraos ka. So, parang laging ganun na lang yung iniisip mo. Parang, kasi kung hindi, kung puro pain, mamamatay ka talaga sa sakit,
malaloka.
diba? Talaga. So, hindi mo lang iisipin na lagi positive. Hindi ka naman naghahanap ng positive. I think the positive is already there, which is the love of your family.
So Carol, with this, yes, just correct my friend, and I believe you're right, Karen, that for you to be resilient during this time, you social support is very important as well. So when we say social support, people who will be like you, Carol, will be reaching out to you, Karen. I have this, I don't know what to do. That's social support. And when somebody just asks you for help, and there you go, Karen, you keep on helping a lot of people. Then eto na naman, somebody will be asking you to help. So do you believe, Carol, during this time that you're actually needing a social support, I doubt about that there were times, are there any challenges that you experienced, Carol, na, uh, during this time, you experienced people who are not supportive with you, people that never showed any, say, concern about you during this time? Is there any situation that you experience and ask yourself, why? I need you right now. I really need you right now. Where are you guys? So, kasi during this time pandemic, people beside you, people who will be talking to you, people who will be giving you consolation to console you, whatever you're experiencing right now is very important. So what
I
can you say?
don't think I think personally, I don't want to focus on negativity. Parang sa dami ng pinagdadaanan natin, it's not really for me to look for something like that. Like, I'm very thankful because a lot of my friends, they really, isa-isa sila. I don't know if they're talking pero alam mo yung every day, may message na, how are you, checking on you. And I'm very thankful for that. And because I went through a lot, minsan ayoko ding mag-reply. Alam mo yung, minsan gusto mo i-copy-paste na lang because I don't want to talk a lot about my feelings. But I really appreciate that. Kung hindi ko man nasasabi sa kanila, I'm so thankful. Siguro may iba na hindi nag-message, but yun nga, if you focus on that, lalo kang madadown eh. So I just didn't look at those stuff. Parang, I'm just grateful na may nakakaalala sa akin, may dumadami sa akin because I always think na everyone is going through something at this time. Diba? This pandemic is new
It's
to
not an
everyone.
ordinary time.
Oo. Hindi siya, wala pang naka-experience nito. So, we just cope differently, but I'm sure it's hard on everyone. So, yun na lang yung iniisip ko para hindi ko isipin or hindi pa ako maghanap sa ibang mga kaibigan ko.
Wow, that's amazing. That's nice to hear from you. Wow, that's actually what I want to hear because from there, I saw how positive you are. I saw how strong person you are. But I would like to know also from you, Karen. I want to know because when you have this kind of emotion with this kind of perspective in life, there is a sign that you can pour from an empty cup, right? So, how did you take care of yourself, Carol? Kasi there's a lot of people also depending on you. They saw you as a top person. You're such a very inspiring person. But sabi nga, you can't give if you don't have it. So for you to be able to give back to other people and, to manage all of this that we're experiencing right now, kailangan, you need to take care of yourself first, di ba? So paano mo dalagaan ang isang Carol for you to move on and, seeing you beautiful as you are right now? Paano mo
Well,
go?
sabi ko nga kanina, uh, sabi ko nga kanina, di ba, I am a very extroverted person, super extroverted. I cannot stay at home. Maloloka talaga ako. So when the lockdown happened, ang una kong ginawa was to look for something that I can do, that I can be productive. And one of those is I started working out. Kasi I couldn't be physically with my friends. So parang sabi ko, kailangan ko ng happy hormones. And I realized that working out gave that to me. So I really tried kahit na I tried to get an instructor online, or I also tried videos on YouTube. I did Pilates, I did circuit training. Iba-iba. Minsan nag-jump rope din ako because nagkaroon ng jump rope challenge. So I tried that. And I think it really worked. And I also went back to dancing. So nakatulong din sa akin na nakaka-release ako ng positive energy through dancing. Ayun. So, parang ano lang, I think working out, doing physical activities helped me.
You have that balance. You try to balance your life, paying attention to other beautiful things around you, and just make these things come to the moment na you're grateful with the situation, and then you devote yourself to the things that will make you also happy, right? So parang kalmado lang, kalma lang. Ay, ang galing mo, Carol. I'm so impressed.
I don't want other people to have a misconception that it was all rosy. It was not all rosy. It was not all happy days. Diba? It's really hard. So kapag lang, when I'm down, well, mostly lows, diba? Parang we had ups and downs, but a lot of times it was a low time. Siguro yung hahanapin mo lang what works for you. Because since I'm a mother, I cannot stay feeling low. Diba? Because you know that your children are relying on you, depending on you. I cannot be sad because it will reflect it. And I don't want them to feel sad because of the lockdown. So I didn't want that to affect them. Ang isa pang nakatulong sa akin is I always call my friends. When I'm driving or wala akong ginagawa, I always call and just talking about nonsensical things, trivial things. Wala lang, yung meron ka lang makausap, I think it really helps a lot kasi alam mo, pare-pareho kayo ng pinagdadaanan.
Mm-mm.
Correct. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. And I think yung iba nga, no, problema lang, Carol, is, how you gonna survive in a day? How they gonna augment the daily expenses? Where are they going to get money for them to survive within the day? So parang bigat na sila. Lalo pa if they experience what you have experienced. Karen, I love Karen because Karen, as I mentioned a while ago, is calm. She's just so calm. She's
Yes.
calm. But Karen, as I always keep telling me, sabi nga ni Karen, calm for the sea. They say the word come is there is a seed. And they say you need to change. And for A, you need to accept. And I could still recall Karen when you told me that you just need to accept the situation. And the L is to let go. And the M is to manage. Karen, my friend, sa pagpapatuloy ng
Yes.
ating discussion this afternoon, paano ba maging kalmado in this type of situation that we're having, lalo na we're heading to the new year? I think it's about time to inspire with them, with your calm skill and your calm method, Karen.
Sige. Okay, so this is a year to slow down, di ba? So
Yeah,
for us who's very active, this is really a hard time. Pero laging sinasabi nga ng husband ko, kayo yan lang yung problema nyo, social isolation lang, di ba? Pero yung ibang tao, laging mas madami silang hinaharap na problema. So dapat matuto din tayong magpasalamat. So mahirap yon para sa ating lahat who have very high standards of what we want, who have very high ambition. So sobrang hirap din yon para sa aking tanggapin na yung how do you slow down? How do you relax? So, ang inisip ko na lang, tong mga oras na to, so this is a great opportunity to opportunity for self-discovery, to reflect, and to gather all these reflections. No?
yeah.
Para, di ba, para maging matuto tayo o palakasin natin yung kahit yung soft skills natin, yung hard skills and emotions natin. So, dahil may oras tayo mas madami tayong oras ngayon. So, kailangan magpalakas. At yung pagpapalakas na yon, maraming ways, di ba, para gawin yon. So, katulad ng minention ni Carol, so meron siyang fitness goals. So, it's important that we set yung small things, small targets. It can be financial goals, or fitness goals, or even beauty goals, di ba? Para masaya. So, yun. So, it's a time na kalma ko kasi iniisip ko na maybe this is a great time for self-discovery. So, it's not by choice, di ba? Kasi nga, lockdown, may pandemic. So, it's by necessity. So, yun yung so, you need to stretch your limits para makapag-adapt at para maging flexible sa mga bagay na to. So, madaming ways. So, iba't ibang tao may paraan para gawin yun.
Wow. That means to say really moving on. Thank you Karen, for that. And so okay, let's put it this way. There we go. We accepted everything. It happened. We have no more choice but to move on and to glow up. As I mentioned, but before we leave that, say, what shall I say, a saddest part, a deep part of our lives during this few months, how do you reflect on this, guy? You're a trainer, and when we are in front of a lot of people, we're just so. Sometimes we're not ourselves. Sometimes we just pretend to be that we're the best trainer. We're not experiencing whatever anxieties in our life because we don't want them to see that we're not tough, that we're not resilient to the situation. But they saw us as a catalyst of power, of courage. So how do you reflect on? Let's start reflecting all of this, and after the reflection, let's try to analyze how do we recover. And from recoveries, we learn, right? We need first to reflect on it, what happened from the past, and then we try to recover one at a time. Because as long as hindi nag-heal yung underlying causes of this situations in the past, you cannot recover. You will definitely not recover. And upon recovering, it's only the time that you learn from it. So parang trainer na tayo dito, Carol. How
Yeah.
would you reflect? How would you?
I'm
There
your
go your
student.
skill. How would you now? How do you give me a bird's eye view of your reflections of the
I
past?
Ako,
think,
sige. Sige, you go ahead.
go ahead.
Sige. So ako, I have parang three simple things, three simple lessons that I've learned during this pandemic. Una, the flexibility to adjust. So ngayon, Christmas, di ba? We know that this
You're
pandemic
right.
is a tradition breaker. Lahat ng traditions natin, kailangan natin kalimutan. Pas, we need to adjust. But again, it's an opportunity to create new traditions, new practices. So, ayun yung mga way na pagiging flexible. Maging flexible tayo dun sa situation. Tatanggapin na talaga natin. Like what I've said before, I don't want to use the word new normal because it's so painful for me. Pero, yun pala, pwede rin siya maging opportunity. Like, di ba, before we used to have grand Christmas party, reunions, pwede rin palang simple. Pwede rin palang hindi mag-travel. Pwede
Yeah.
rin. Malungkot lang kasi hindi tayo sanay. So, those are some of the flexibility that we need to do. So, number 2 learning ko is, because of the pandemic, I have the concept now of safety and di ba, managing,
Yeah.
self-care. So, dati naman, wala kang pakialam, alcohol is not your best friend, di ba? So, ngayon, alcohol. So, we need, medyo, it's a practical lesson, pero parang kasama na siya sa buhay natin ngayon. So, yung number 3 naman, ang pinaka-importante sa akin is, sa atin ngayon, is yung finding happiness. So, the lesson there is, like what I've said, we have high standards of what we want to achieve. Hindi naman natin siya babawasan. But it is just that we need to find new path to happiness. So we need to be very thankful and appreciate the small things. I think it's parang it's a way yung simple joys, celebrate simple joys. I think doon na tayo magiging masaya ngayon. Kasi kung ipipilit natin lagi, para lalo tayong malulungkot na hindi na babalik. Pwedeng hindi na kasi bumalik yung dati talaga. So, ngayon is to create new path of happiness by celebrating simple joys. I think that's my biggest lesson for this pandemic.
That is correct. Sometimes you're just contented with simple things around you, with beautiful things around you. And I think you're right with that reflections. We can be a simple person living a simple life, but still being happy of it, especially with our family, right? And thank you for that, Karen and Carol. Yeah, I would like you
Yes.
to ask. Say,
Well, sa akin, because of everything that I've gone through this year, not just COVID related, not just COVID related.
Mhm.
I think it's really important to take care of family, friends, and of course yourself. Kasi family, in my personal reflection, because I was so busy, I'm always so busy at work. And then because I became the president of JCI Makati Princess Urduha, I was also so busy doing a lot of community development projects that didn't allow me to spend time with my dad, with my children. And when my dad got really sick, yun talaga yung time na nag-request yung mom ko na please spend quality time with your dad. And I am so thankful dahil nakinig ako sa mommy ko. Because it was a struggle for me because it was not easy for me to let go of some of my responsibilities because maraming nagde-dependent sa akin and we have a lot of, we are trying to help a lot of communities. But at that time, family had to be my priority. Diba?
yes,
So, and I'm so thankful kasi kahit papano, I don't have regrets because I was able to take care of my dad. I was able to make him happy, see him smile before he passed. So I think yung 2020, we really have to go back to the basics. What's important to us, and I think family is definitely one of the top of the list sa buhay natin, which is important. And also friends. Kasi I think
Mhm.
before, sometimes we tend to neglect
yeah,
our relationships, di ba? Kasi it's so easy. We have Facebook, we do Messenger, we can see each other at, very easily. But because of the lockdown, mas na-treasure natin na yung physical connections pala napakahalaga. And it's really hard. Yung Zoom, minsan nakakapagod eh. I remember first week pa lang into the lockdown, my friends and I, we would do e-Numan sessions, drinking sessions online. But parang mas nakakalasing eh. Kasi wala yung physical kwentuhan, tawanan, although
Yeah,
we
it's not spontaneous, diba? So,
yeah. You
And
cannot
at the
talk at
end
the
of the
same
day,
time,
yeah,
di ba?
you'll just focus on just talking to the computer, and yung affection, yung hindi mo ma-feel yung direct
The touch, yung
meaning
mga
of
simpleng tawag, yes. So I
interaction.
think friends is really important, the friendships that we have. And, Facebook, yes, sometimes it's toxic. But I think thanks to Facebook and this technology,
Correct.
mas marami tayong nakakope ng mas madali, even or despite the lockdown. So I think family, friends, and of course, self. I think
mhm.
self is really important. Taking care of oneself, knowing what works for you, what will help you. And number one that I learned about taking care of oneself this year is asking for help. Sometimes
Yeah.
because we are
Yeah.
empowered women, we are leaders, we are managers, ang hirap humingi ng tulong because a lot of
Correct.
people think you're strong, you can do everything, and
Correct.
maybe some people think that asking for help is a sign of weakness. Pero yun talaga yung pinarealize sa akin this year that you have to ask for help. It can be in
Mhm.
the form of a message or a call, calling a friend, or just saying, I'm tired. We have to acknowledge when we're tired, when our
Mhm.
body is telling us to slow down. Although hindi ako expert nito ha, kasi ang taas kasi ng energy ko. But really, sometimes we have to listen to our bodies when it's time to take some rest. So I think it's important to take care of ourselves.
That is correct. We're amazing and so happy to be with you. And sometimes during the time, this few months, we appreciate the value of people around us. That we actually we actually ignore them most of the time. And
Mhm.
just for me as well, I have realized that there's a lot of people who loves me, and it's only during the pandemic we feel their love as well, the connection, the building of connection from other people from outside our world has become closer and become meaningful, right? And I believe that's one of the greatest learnings that we learned and reflection from this few months. But moving on from this learning and reflections, of course, Carol, there's always a learning. Do you have any? Give me three learnings na you don't want to forget. That from here, from there on, this will be the greatest learning that aside from those of you mentioned. Learnings that we can use in facing 2021. Learnings that we can probably use well in whatever field of industry that we are right now or whatever plans that we want to do in our life. Anong tatlong malalaking learning ang natutunan sa nakaraang pandemya ito, Carol?
I think Karen mentioned about being flexible. So I think we have to adjust to the situation, especially because if we don't, we'll get stuck. And getting stuck will get us nowhere, diba? So if we want to progress, we have to adjust. It can be in a way, it can be in simple ways. For example, like learning how to do Zoom. Imagine if people did not learn how to do online meetings, di ba? It would have been very hard. How could we have conducted business
Mhm.
meetings during the lockdown? So I think it's adjusting, adapting to new situations. It's very important kasi hindi tayo pwedeng makipagtigasan kay COVID eh. 'Di ba? Yung parang hindi, kaya ko 'to, hindi pwede. Wala because it's something that we cannot see. That our enemy is something that we cannot see. So wala tayong magagawa kundi to adjust and to adapt to the new normal. Alam ko, medyo ano yan, kikarry yung new normal. But that's how it is and that's how our life is at the moment. So it's really adapting to the new normal. And then second is being open to change. Being open to change. And I think it's also related to adjusting and adapting because this year, 2020, marami tayong naranasan that we have never experienced in our lifetime. And it can be good and it can be bad, but I think if we are open to change, it will only turn for the better. Diba? So I think yun yung top two sa akin this year.
That's amazing. And Karen, you keep on telling me we need to start. Don't worry, my friend. The year will be
Stay
brightening. We're
hopeful.
gonna start a new hope. We should be hopeful by 2021. Of course, we need for us to be able to move on. Really need to identify learnings. So give me the greatest
Okay, so
learning.
yung embracing my, ayoko nang hamunin yung 2021 eh, natatakot ako. I'm ready
Oh,
2021.
na, wag
What?
na bawal.
No!
Of
Need
course,
to
we're
be
not yet ready.
diba? So, kasi sabi, like any business or if you're in a corporate, we always have this strategic plan. So ngayon medyo mahirap kasi how do you strategize para you can see the future clearly. Diba, wala vaccine, medyo magulo pa. Pero naniniwala pa din ako na kailangan magplano tayo. And you set, like what I've said, you need to set small targets kahit personally. So, right now, you can have plan for your financials. 'Di ba alam naman natin na medyo nagulo yung mga financials natin ngayong taon na 'to. So, you can still have plans for this. You can still have targets for your relationship, 'di ba? The relationship goals. So, ako mas natutunan ko ngayon ding maging hopeful. Kahit sobrang sama na, minsan, 'di ba, ang pinakamasakit dito yung magkakaroon ka ng self-doubt, baka hindi mo kaya. So, yun yung iniiwasan din nating lahat, no? 'Di ba? Mahirap pag sinimulan mong questionin yung sarili mo, yung kapasidad mo. So, kahit sobrang pangit yun nangyayari, so, kailangan pilitin nating maging hopeful tayo. Pagkatapos, set small goals. Set and celebrate simple joys in life. Sa tingin ko, makakasurvive na tayo sa mga, di ba, kung pangahawakan din natin yun, kahit papano.
That's amazing. Again. What can I say? You, both of you are very expert, and not, I don't want to say expert, but you're just very real with the situation, accepting all of these things with you, reflecting on it. No, but I want to go back again to Carol. Kasi with experiences that you had again, sorry, I just want to ask. Have you asked yourself why all of this is happening? Do I have a purpose? Because facing, I still have the mission in my life. What do you think is your purpose? Still, I think there is the word mission because we're lucky that we're still alive, and as long as we're still alive, you know that we have to serve the purpose yet. So you need to move on. So, what is your purpose?
Well, hindi ko naman talaga tinanong. I never asked the Lord like, why is this happening to me? Because I think kanya-kanya tayo. We all have roles to play and different seasons in our life. Sorry ha, yung allergies ko. Tumutuloy luha ko. Pero hindi ako naiiyak.
Alam ko nag-reminisce yung situation.
My allergy, sorry. But yon, I never asked that kasi I really know that we all have roles to play in our life, and we have different circumstances that help us become better. As to my purpose in life, for sure, it is to give a positive impact on other people's lives. Whether it be, well, kasi whether it be in the company, whether it be in our employees or in JCI, because we do help a lot of communities.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
in our family, because of course now I'm basically like a single mother of three, so and I have to help my mom as well. So it's just to leave a positive impact in their lives in a small way or big way. I think yun yung purpose ko. So I hope I'm able to live by that purpose and I don't disappoint the Lord and the people who love me and the people who need me. So.
wow. Thank you so much. We're actually drawing to the end of our conversation, but I'm not yet done with you, ladies. Sorry. I just want to take this opportunity to learn more from you and for us to be able to share more to our viewers right now. But before we continue with the last segment, I'm sorry, it's 1 hour, but is it okay to you? Can we please continue the talk? Because I really want to hear more from you guys. Just give me another 20 minutes before we end because we're heading to our plans, how we're going to face the year right. And I just want to say hi to Healthy Lifestyle Series 7 from Hong Kong. Thank you. From Quezon City, Badida Yanson. From Linda Magnifico, Tayam Sapito. Raylen Magnifico de la Cruz, Janer, thank you for watching us. Thank you so much to all of you for watching. And of course, I'd like to say hi to Biel Santos of Singapore, of course, Charlie Oberas of Hong Kong, LJ Sikat of Hong Kong, MGs of Thailand. Thank you. Sometimes you don't see them. Maybe we're watching eye to eye.
Wow, worldwide, Renz.
Yeah, they're actually, we call it background. A lot of people in YouTube channel, Carol and Karen, they're not actually face to face in the camera, but we call them, they're in background, watching, listening, they're in our playlist. We call it playlist. So they're watching actually, and they keep on messaging us.
Hi,
So
everyone.
thank you so much to all of you for watching. Okay, thank you, Lord. We survived. That is, I think, the most important thing.
Yes.
So we survived it, and
We're still
thanks.
standing.
Yes, and I think we're just be very grateful with that. That God has given us more opportunity for whatever His plans is. Whatever, if there is a change to do, if there is some adjustment to apply this new year. Okay, as we start the year, we in the corporate world, we usually, Karen is correct. We do the strategic planning. We revisit the functions of managers. We have this
Mhm.
KRAs. We need to assess the performance, and most of the time, it happened in October, last quarter of the year, that we start contemplating, we start evaluating what have we accomplished in the past months. And in the corporate world, that is what we call start planning now. We're done with the planning actually, and start now. Come January 4, the start of the working day again will be tough again, and will be a big start for all of us. So, can you please inspire people? How are we going to start the year right? But simple tips that we can give. Carol, I know you've been in the industry and this always a job. Starting January, you can inspire again. A lot of people be watching your webinars. A lot of people be waiting for your wisdom. So can you give them some tips? How we're going to start the year right? Because all of us has this vision. All of us has this goal to do in 2020. Though we don't, Karen is correct. We never predict the future, but with careful planning, with careful preparation, I think that an assumption probably that would be a great start of the year. Carol?
I think number one is you have to reflect on what happened in the past. So, for example, you have to check, reevaluate what goals you were able to achieve in 2020. I'm sure medyo nag-adjust di ba? Parang in the middle of the lockdown, in-adjust natin yung goals natin because we knew that they were hard to reach because of a lot of challenges along the way. So you have to reevaluate what happened in 2020 and maybe recalibrate what we can do in 2021. And like Karen mentioned earlier, simple things. So we have to start small. I think simple steps that we can do um, to change the results of 2020. So, because this year, well, in 2021, we still don't know what will happen in the next few months. Kung magkakaroon ba ulit ng lockdown or will the IATF guidelines be stricter or lighter, hindi pa rin natin alam yan. So we still have to adjust. So we have to recalibrate kung ano yung mga goals natin and steps that we can take. But primarily, I think we have to focus on what is feasible. 'Di ba? Kasi
Mhm.
since the guidelines have changed, the situation circumstances are different now, we have to see what is feasible. And I think para hindi tayo, especially for our employees, I think kapag laging if we're not able to achieve our goals, mas madadampen yung spirits nila. So we have to check, okay, what is feasible and focus on that before we focus on the bigger goals that we want to achieve. And I think lastly is as we go along, we have to re-evaluate and reevaluate and adapt to the new normal or adapt to the new situations that we are in. So, yes, yun lang.
Thank you, Sherry, Carol. And Karen, I know you're I know Karen is so smart. From the word itself, Karen is so specific with the thing that she wants to do. She always tell me, do this, very specific. And in smart planning, we know that all of us know that we need to specific. It should be measurable. You cannot just plan everything without measuring it and assessing all that. And of course, it should be specific, measurable, attainable. Ayaw ni Karen ng hindi na-attend
Time.
yung what happened? Why? It's just a simple thing, right?
Pero
We
hindi na
cannot,
ngayon, di ba? You need
oh,
to,
we cannot
sabi nga ni Kyle,
pray.
you need to
Oo.
calibrate and
We need to
adjust. So,
recalibrate and restructure na. Kasi we cannot anticipate because the world is so uncertain. Sabi nga, so give us some tips. Carol,
I
my
would
friend
like to
Karen,
make an addition dun sa point ni Carol. So, di ba, recalibrate and we need to create alternatives.
alternatives is correct.
Di
Tell us,
ba? Very,
Karen,
so,
marami kasi na, Karen, my friend, marami kasing nanonood na, it's not with the same perspective as we have. We're simple people na
mhm.
simple lang yung plano. Simpleng pangarap, simpleng pagbabago lang. Hindi siya ganun ka, I want to be rich, we want to be successful in the business, I
Oo.
want to naman. What are tips that you can give them to
Sige,
start?
ako, ginagawa ko to sa akin eh. So,
Yeah.
every new year, di ba, you set goals sa financial, sa health, fitness, relationship. So, the aspects of life, you need to put small targets. For example, you need to, di ba, sa company, we always ask what went well, what went wrong to these aspects, di ba? So we can also apply it to our personal lives. For example, in our relationships. So what went well, what went wrong to the relationships during pandemic. So dun sa assessment na yon, makakakuha ka ng mga solusyon na pwede mong baguhin at saka pwede mong gawin. For example, ang dami yung oras, tatanong mo, naging masaya ba kayo dun sa lahat ng pinagsamahan nyo? Ano yung
Naghang yata si Karen. What happened? Okay, maybe we're having some discussion. Wala parehong aking mga kasama. So, there we go. Maybe later on, they will be right back. Nagkaroon lang tayo ng konting... All right, so I would like to say hi, shout out to all my friends. Thank you for watching right now. We're live here. My name is Renz and welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching right now. I would like to say hi to all our viewers. Of course, to Pamela Yanson, to everybody's watching. Shout out to Barset. Thank you so much for watching. RC5 series. And of course, we have also Art Jan Ray. Thank you for watching. Of course, Ben Spirited Loves. Thank you for watching. Healthy Lifestyle. We have Regina Rojas. And of course, we have also MG's TV from Thailand. Thank you. Thank you for watching. And it's nice to be with you. We are now actually an hour. We have an hour already talking to Miss Karen and Miss Carol. Hope they can still come back and so we can finalize the last part and we can give some motivation. That's why we're drawing actually to the end of their conversation. Thank you for watching. This is the Mind Gears channel and hope everybody is inspired. Sana po ay nakapagbigay kami sa inyo ng konting inspiration. And as we always do it every day, sa buhay natin, no, sa buhay natin, we always have this kind of holding back. And all we need to do now is to really accept everything and recover. Sometimes recovery is very important. Though, kaya naman kahirap tulad ng ating guest kanina a while ago, Carol, has shared with us some tips and how she made it happen, how she made it accomplished to solve all the problems and cope up with the situation that she's having with the passing of his dad and his ex-husband. That's really tough for you to say that everything has a purpose and she made it just successfully overcome all of these struggles and hopefully Carol can come back with us. All right. Siyempre sa lahat ng ating mga OFW standby when my next live by next week. That would be January 1st. We'll be having, of course, a conversation with OFWs around the world. Sabangan po natin ang ating conversation with around the world guests. We'll be having guest OFWs. Kumusta at kumustahin po natin ang kanilang Pasko. Kumustahin po natin ang kanilang New Year and how they're gonna start the year right again, still working abroad. Alam niyo po, napakahirap na magtrabaho sa ibang bansa. At sa dami ng ating nakilala ngayon, and nare-receive natin kanilang mga feedback, ang kanilang mga struggles and pains because now that there's another virus coming being discovered that may affect again the way how we gonna face the 2021. All right? So, standby lang tayo. Let's wait for them now. And as we wait for them, I just want to say thank you for watching my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. At sa lahat ng mga nanonood, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also, and I would like to say, Rachel Magnifico, thank you. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, host. Hi, how are you? Thank you. Thank you for watching. At sa lahat ng ating mga nanood, Karen and Carol, still doing the best to come in. I think there's just a problem with the connection. All right. So, of course, I just want to say that, again, yeah, we're inviting. If you want to be a part of my channel, you're very much welcome to join me. Just PM me and contact me. If you want to be a guest speaker in my channel, we can discuss thing or any topics that you want to discuss, as long as you're expert in that, or I mean, as long as you are well versed in the topic and you can deliver some inspiration and motivation, that is accepted. So don't forget to subscribe and like and comment to my channel, the Mind Cares channel. All right. So yes, every year is a new year that we need to face, and every planning, as we always mention, importante yung our goal is crystallizing in our mind. You know, our goal for the 2020 might be in them, but with a careful preparation, I always mention that with a careful assumption that these are the things that I want to do. I want to change this. I want to remove this, especially the lifestyle. You need to focus on how you're going to balance the life again. But most importantly, you never stop from achieving your goal. So I think that's the most important thing, di ba? Yung hindi ka titigil hanggat hindi mo natutupad ang mga pangarap mo. Whatever hindrances, whatever challenges that you'll be facing. Kasi ganoon naman talaga ang pagpaplano natin every year, di ba? With a careful planning and, just having this list to do, list to accomplish, to do list, no, whatever it is, that will help you. Parang architect, right? Parang architect ka sa buhay, that all they have to do is to carefully plan all the details of a beautiful building, the structural designs, and whatever they want to accomplish or whatever they want to build. Nagagawa po yan with a careful and detailed planning and a piece of paper. So, parang ganun din ang buhay natin. As we want to change, we need to include the things that we want to do, the things that we want to stop, and where are we going? Where are we heading? So, maybe from the basic assessment of our life today, we need to assess first ano meron ka ngayon, anong wala ka, at most importantly, ano yung mga lessons na natutunan mo in the past na ayaw mo na mangyari sa'yo in the coming years. Should there be some more challenges? Because as we mentioned, di ba, meron na namang virus tayo, hope this will not affect the way we see the future. Right? So, nevertheless, yeah, I would like to say thank you for joining me this afternoon. At tuloy po ang ating live. Hintayin lang natin makabalik si Carol and Karen for them to give a closing. All right. So, let's try to have them. Ayan, buffering pa rin ang kanilang contact. So, in a while, they will be right back. But for the meantime, I just wanna say, in the 2020, it's very important to know what you want to achieve, know what you want to do. The smart planning is quite a big help pa rin, no? But then again, we need to adjust. Yes, adjusting and adaptation to every situation that we're having now is very important. In 2021, of course, the same demand. Of course, the demand for us to perform well. If you're an employee, of course, you're expected to do your tasks again. And decision making should be challenged. Sometimes there's a lot of frustration. For example, in one company, you're so frustrated. In one company, it seems that the company is not helping you, or maybe you felt something like this should not happening to me and to my company. But all you have to do now is really to have this critical thinking and decision making skill. Why? Because in this time we need to have that understanding, and is accompanied by sacrifice. When you understand the situation, whatever you are now, whether if you're working, you're at home, or you're doing something, you're working abroad, you need to appreciate the patience that is happening. Patience is very important during these times, and when you're patient, it is being accompanied by sacrifice. Because when you're patient, you need to sacrifice. Maraming not the usual thing that we used to might be experienced again. Maaaring yung mga benefits natin nakukuha by the last previous years in our lives as a working man or as an employee ay maaring hindi na maibigay in the coming year. So that takes sacrifice. Sacrifice is a good word for us to have as we face 2021 because in these times of where the world is so uncertain and volatile, sabi nga natin, the book of world, it's very complex, it's very ambiguous, no? That the change, yung interlink ng mga changes, ang bilis-bilis, no? Hindi natin alam kung saan tayo patungo. But the most important thing is that for us to be resilient. Sabi nga kanina nila, yung flexibility mo to adjust to every given situation. That sometimes challenges our temper, no? Sometimes hindi tayo makapasok at hindi tayo maka-in doon sa adjustment ng ating temper. Why is this happening? No? But sa experience nga ni Carol kanina, isang guest natin, nawalan siya ng dalawang minamahal during this time. And the saddest part is that we're not able to give them the best respect, probably, the family or the friends who would like to sympathize with the family, hindi natin nararanasan. And even in our cases, we have a lot of relatives na yumaon na rin, na wala na rin yun. Kumbaga, kotang-kota na, no? Sabi nga ninyo. Sabi nga a lot of people in the world, and it's quota. And yet, there's a lot of disturbances when it comes to climate. Ang dami pa rin typhoons na pumapasok. We have we have earthquakes happening. So really, 2020 is really a tough and difficult year for all of us. But as we face 2021, I believe that our year will be brightening, and I believe with constant prayer, everything will be okay. All right? So, I would like to say hi. Maraming salamat. Alamin natin ang situation ng ating mga kaibigan. Hopefully, are you back? Naputulan back. Okay. So, hopefully, they can come back. So, hopefully, they can give a closing. Karen, are you there? And
Yes, I'm back.
I think they're still in connection. So
Yes,
hopefully
we're
we can have
here.
them both before I end. So for the meantime, join me, my friends around the world. We're live right now. All right? And hopefully mahintay po natin silang makabalik sa ating live feed. So for the meantime, let me share with you some things that you can have. So starting this year, there's 10-step plan for goal setting. All you have to do is to decide exactly what you want. It's very important. Decide what you want. This year, I will be saving money. I'll be managing my lifestyle, and it should be crystallizing your thinking. No, things sa pangalawa, crystallize your thinking. That is very important. And set a specific goal. Specific. For example, if my kids are studying, I need to buy this one. I need to prioritize this one. If I am working, I should be very patient with my company. I'll abide with the new protocols. I'll abide with the new. If there are some changes in the organization, I need to do that. I need to comply with everything, with the policies and the rules, with the protocols that's still going on. That is very important. Number four, establish deadlines for your goal. That is very important. Though, mahirap po talaga ngayon na establish ng deadlines because with the situation that we're having now, pero meron ka pa rin, of course, it should be time bounded. You're gonna do everything pa rin. Kahit na limited ang ating resources, we should do everything that we can accomplish this in the time that we set for that. And most importantly that you write all of these plans, no? Action plans should be written. Write them so you have the time to check it once in a while. You have this checklist, you have your bucket list for you to monitor. I accomplished this. So these are the things that I want to happen in the first quarter of the year. Then check, check, check. This is very important. Writing your plans, writing your goals, writing everything that you want to happen in 2021 is very important. And most importantly, be positive. No? Be enthusiastic in the things that you do. You have that enthusiastic action to do that you can do, make it happen. So being positive every day, when you wake up early in the morning, you have this picture of your goals crystallizing again in your mind. You have this magnificent goal that every day that you when you wake up in the morning, and daming factor this affects your positivity, but you're just so energetic, so happy, and so motivated to wake up in the morning saying that I can do it, and thanks God I'm still alive. And when you have the pictures of your goals in your mind, that drives you what to do, that drives and direct you the direction that you want to achieve. And that's actually will push you to move harder and to work harder, whatever the situation is. Yun nga lang, kailangan talaga natin mag-ingat. And of course, another thing is to keep taking your stepping stones. Di ba? Parang dream big, that then you divide it into small pieces. Parang short wins, no? Mahirap din naman that you have this bigger goals na gusto mo ma-achieve kagad na certain period of time. You need to dream big, but you make it a point that you divide it into pieces, making short wins and everything's as part of it, right? Importante yon na hindi mo naman ina-underestimate. Hindi mo naman, I mean, you're making a dream big and you want it to happen in a very short period of time. So, kailangan one at a time, sabi nga. Then, as you accomplish all of this short winning, then this can contribute to the total win, to the holistic approach of winning your goals. And of course, importante yung you take a growth in yourself. If you want to change happen, if you want to make this change happen in your life, we need to change also. And that should start from yourself, right? You need to develop a growth in yourself. You need to go back again. There is what we call introspection, studying yourself again. What are the things that you can do? What are the things that you're capable with? That is still very important. And that is what we call persist with your conviction. You need to change. Kailangan magbago ka rin. And as you do all of these plans in 2021, you need to tell your family. You need to tell them your plans. They need to know so they can cooperate with you. All right. So let's me see if if they are here with us. Let's see if Karen is with us already. Okay. Maybe I
Hello.
will be removing them. So maybe they can just come back. Maybe I'll be waiting. So I'll remove them first. So maybe they can
Hello.
go back. Karen and Carol, maybe if you're listening right now, you can come in again. Let's see if you can come in again. I removed the first link that I gave you. So use again the same link so you can come in so we can say and bid hi to our teams. Okay. All right. So that's some tips that I gave you is somehow a very effective tips that you can use for you to set your new year. So don't forget, set phenomenal goals in your life. That is very important. When we say phenomenal, failure to hit the bullseye is never the goal. No? Parang pag hindi mo na-hit yung target mo, it's not a failure. But it is a reminder for you to do the best aim again, to improve your aim again. Correct? So, importante lang naman sa buhay natin, if you have some goal next year, is that you need to be ready. And yung phenomenal goal mo sa buhay mo ay kailangan focus also. In where? Maybe in financials, right? There's a lot of things that we can do in your financial. Maybe in your work, maybe in your targets, maybe about are you gonna have a good relationship? If you have this bad relationship, somehow a broken relationship with your family, or whatever your plans for the future, di ba? So, ganun lang naman kasimple ang ganun lang naman kasimple ang ating plans for 2021. But the most important thing, I think, is that we need to continue be positive for that 2021 will change our life. All right? So, there you go. I think we're really having some problem with the connection of two of our guests, or I'm having a bad connection right now. But before the end of our conversation right now, I just want to inspire you by saying that your perspective is very important, right? So whatever happens in the year 2020, the good thing about that, we take care of ourselves, and we always decide to have a better perspective. We don't control everything in our lives, right? And it's very important that we know our limitations and flaws, but don't forget this strength. You're a very strong person. We have our own positive values in life that we can use as strengths for us to face the challenges of the year 2021 and become the better version of ourselves. So again, going back, we need to recover. Challenge yourself. Challenging yourself is very important. So you can challenge yourself. Challenging yourself by restructuring again, revisiting again the knowledge that you have in your mind, the skill that you have, and use all of this. And most importantly, of course, have a medium of motivation. Have always a source of inspiration in your family. All right. So I believe we're almost done, and I'm sad that they were not able to come back again. But that is the new technology. That is the new way and how we're gonna come. Sometimes we're in control of our connection, right? So hopefully, Karen can come back, but I think they're really experiencing a problem right now. So before I end our conversation this afternoon, always remember that there's a saying that I love this saying that for Carol, wherever you are, Carol, thank you so much to Carol. He said, for joining us this afternoon. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you for the generosity to share what you experienced and the reflection that you shared with us, with our viewers. Thank you, Carol. Looking forward to see you again. Looking forward to once again another talk, real talk with you in 2021. But always remember, Carol, that God knows all that you've been through. Correct? God knows all what you've been through, and is going to make sure that He will double. He will double everything that have lost you. So, i-double niya yan. You're going to repeat that multiple times. And everything that you'll ask for and everything that your heart desires for will be given to you in His time. Thank you. Thank you, thank you for the inspiration. And thank you for being just beautiful as you are. All right? So, I want to say also thank you, Miss Karen, my friend. Thank you for sharing again, for never stopping inspiring people. You're just an angel, as I always told you. Thank you for giving motivation. Thank you for also for the generosity of sharing simple things, basic things in life, basic realizations, basic understanding, basic principles in life that actually can affect and change people's lives as well. Thank you so much for your time all the time. You never say no. And God bless you and God bless your family. I'll see you again, ladies and gentlemen. And by then, I would like to say maraming salamat to all of us for joining us this afternoon. And as we face the new year, whatever your plans is, whatever the direction you're heading to, whatever your vision is, always remember that we can make change happen. All you have to do is to touch the change button. Thank you for watching my live streaming today. Glow up in 2021. And with God's help and guidance, I know everything will be okay and everything will be under the sun. Magkita-kita po tayo sa next year. And I wish you a happy new year, a prosperous and a blessed new year to all of you. Thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for joining me in my live stream. Thank you so much to all of you. And I just want to say, mabuhay po ang lahat ng ating OFW sa buong mundo. Thank you for watching my channel. Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, to all the sellers of Philinvest, to all the sales, and to all the advocates of faith, of love, and of wisdom, and of positivity. Thank you for supporting my channel. This is Ren Stitches saying, God bless us all. And always remember, greatness will only come to those who are willing to pursue it at any cost. Happy New Year to all of you. God bless you. See you again, January 1st in the afternoon, as we're going to have a great interview with OFWs around the world, revisiting their lifestyle, knowing their situation, and asking them what happened in their Christmas and New Year situations around the world. We have we have Carol and Carol still live.
Ngayon pa, ready pa naman kami sa final
We're still
message.
live, Karen. We're still live. Stay pa tayo, Karen. So, yes, Carol, say hi to all your friends now. Say hi to JCI team, JCI Alabang, come on. Your friends, say come on.
Hello! Good evening, everyone. Ayan, I think I'm sorry. Meron tayong technical difficulties earlier.
Yeah.
Nakahabol pa.
Yeah, so
Oo.
let's end this properly. Talagang hindi ko klinaw. So I tried to
Ay,
have
hindi
the
pa ba?
still live. Carol, go ahead. What do you want to say to the world watching right now sa ating mga friends? Kumustahin natin sila and magpaalam na tayo sa kanila. Carol, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. There's a lot of things that we're going to discuss. There's a lot of things that I want to ask you. There's a lot of things that we can talk about. But I think for this moment, it's enough to have you, to see you beautiful, see you strong, see you
Thank you, Renz, for having me. Oo, kahit na-ambush lang ako, but it was a good experience. It was a nice experience. Sharing what I've gone through and how I overcame, and still trying to cope and overcome the circumstances that I'm in. So siguro ang masasabi ko lang is we will go through different seasons in our lives, and I think we just have to be strong and remember that whatever difficulties, whatever challenges we go through, it will pass. They will pass. And surely, if we hang in there, if we stay true to our goals or stick to our goals and take them one step at a time, we will overcome. So, Happy New Year, everyone. I'm really looking forward to a bigger, better, and brighter 2021. So, huwag nyo nang hamunin ang 2021.
Yeah. No.
Huwag nang maloob. So, do not challenge na lang daw. But for sure, kasi this has got to be the toughest year of our life. So, definitely, it will only get better from here on. Diba? So, there's no way but up. So, we just have to wait for that. Yes.
And as you go up, blow up. Thank you so much, Miss Karen. Thank you, Miss Karen. Karen, my friend, there you go. Say,
Yes.
let's end this.
Okay, so there's a saying that goes that it might be stormy now, but it will not rain forever. And this was proven by the history and by science. Okay, so right now we need to equip ourselves with the proper mindset and faith and hope to face the 2021. So to everyone, Happy New Year and stay hopeful.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Yes, I mentioned a while ago that for us to be able to be great in everything that we do, all we need to do is to accept the things and live by the moment at any cost. We have no choice. We need to face it at any cost. We will be facing 2021 with the brightest smile in our hearts and our minds, and hoping and praying that everything will be okay under a blaze in the sun. That is success. As we always expect success to our family, friends, and our community who loves us, who are so dearly to us, and to the rest of the people of the world. Thank you for watching us right now. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. We continue to give you inspiration. So join us again on January 1st as we will be having a real talk with OFWs around the world. Thank you so much, Miss Carol.
Happy
Miss
New
Carol,
Year.
for inspiring, Happy New Year, and see you again. Bye-bye, and God bless us all. Thank you, everyone. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panahon at oras. This is the Mindcast channel. This is Rance Teacher saying, this is your TV, your perspective.